Hi and welcome to session 36 in the 12-week plan for successful swimming in triathlon. This session is entitled Fast Starts to Race Pace and Speed. We start with 4 100 metres on 10 seconds rest, and as always we want you to build speed throughout those 4 100 metres. We're then going to balance you up and it's fins on, so we're going to do 4 50-metre swims on 1:15. Kicking on your side with one arm ahead, changing sides after every breath. We haven't done that for a while, so we'll just go to the computer and show you exactly how that should be done. Kicking on your side with an arm ahead, K-O-S-A-H. This can be done either changing by length or changing by breath. What you have is you have a hand out front, your ear against your shoulder, turn up to breathe, down. Turn up to breathe, down. Again, the other arm is slap by your side. If you're changing by breath, then it's and one stroke turns you from side to side. But changing by length, just stay with your hand pointing to the surface of the bottom of the pool and your hands dead straight ahead of you, and just turn up to breathe and down. Common error with this drill is this. You'll see this a lot. You're actually pushing down to get that head out the water. And if you're doing that with this drill, you're probably doing that with your stroke. So whatever you do, keep that hand right on the surface. Don't move it, and you'll actually balance up your body really nicely. We're then doing 8 times 50 on 105, 4 extended shark fin, and 4 single arm with pull buoy. We'll just remind you of the extended shark fin, because unless this is done really well, it's not very useful to you. So you really want to concentrate when you're doing it to get that elbow very high. We'll show you how that goes. Here's a really nice example of the extended shark fin drill done really well. Now you can see the slow control that Adam has here. Now let's just look at that again. So it's raising the elbow towards the ceiling with your fingers coming to your underarm. Then you put it back down again. Now as you're doing that, you breathe. So on the first time you raise your arm, you breathe. Notice on the second time he raises his arm and goes forward, he doesn't breathe. There we go. Now we're going to see it from the other side. Raise the arm, breathe, and go forward and don't breathe. The main set is split into 3 different parts. The first part is where we're simulating race starts. We're doing a 100 metre swim on 2 minutes, a 150 metre swim on 3 minutes, and a 200 metre swim on 4 minutes. Now in each of these swims, what we want you to do is start the first half really hard and then get down to your triathlon race pace. Now this is hugely important, because when you start a race you nearly always go over the top in terms of speed. You might then feel, oh, I've gone too fast, and it's really important that without stopping you can slow yourself down and just get into that happy triathlon race pace element. So in the 100 you're going 50 fast, in the 150 75 fast, and in the 200 you're going 100 fast, followed by the next half at your triathlon race pace. The next element of the main set are 2 split 100 swims, where we're doing 2 50 metres on 10 seconds rest. So you do a 50 metre 10 seconds, then another 50 metre. Then after a suitable little rest, say 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you do a 100 metre recovery on 3 minutes, and you're going to do that twice. Now the 100 metres is meant to be really fast, so you do 2 50 metre swims on 10 seconds rest, take that 10 seconds off, and you've got your net time. That net time should be very nearly a personal best for your 100 metre swim. The third element of the main set are 2 rounds again, but of 6 one-length swims on 45 seconds with a 50 metre recovery in between. Now the special thing about these 625s is you're going to start from a prone position with your feet kicking behind you. And when the clock strikes 0, you're going to pretend that gun's gone and you're going to go off kicking those feet and generating as much power as you can from a prone position. I was not touching the side. That's hugely important again when you're racing, because people behind you should be behind your feet kicking at the surface, and you want your feet kicking at the surface in a mass start race. If you are upright and the gun goes ooh, suddenly you've got to get swimming, and people are swimming over you. You don't want people swimming over you. Feet behind you also does another thing when they're on their surface, just kicking away, so you're sculling, keeping yourself in the same position. They actually keep people quite a distance from you. And that means, once again, you're fairly safe from people swimming over you. The worst thing that can happen at the beginning of the race is things just don't go to plan. So let's plan to get out hard and really well. And these 2 lots of 625 are going to do just that. So from that prone position, you're going to go half a length, absolute eyeballs out fast. And that's going to prepare you for your race. After 6, you have a 50-metre recovery on 1:45. The second half of those sprints can be done at a relaxed pace. So it's half length absolute max, half length steady or easy. On the second round, let's go to our 200-metre cool down. And that will mean in this session you've done 2,400 metres, really practicing some of those elements in a race that you really need. And that has completed the 12-week plan for successful swimming in triathlon. We've started and we've come through to a place where you should be ready to race. You should have done in the pool those things that you need to do when you actually get into that lake and race for real. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Keep in touch. Thanks very much indeed. That's 2,400 metres to end the 12-week plan for successful swimming in triathlon.